The reason I've had problems with some of the things he said is because he don't keep that same energy. If you're going to have a conversation about our community, that's inside of our community, about someone who belongs to our community, you got to go into that conversation with a different sensibility. Doesn't mean you don't tell the truth, but you got to be aware and observant about certain things. Why does it seem like you have a higher level of energy and criticism for the people that look like you than for the people who don't want your people to exist? Cari Champion noted this during the Jasmine Crockett dust up. We saw one of our other colleagues, Michelle Beadle, constantly criticize you. She says she actively roots for your demise. It is very personal with Michelle Beadle.
These ladies want to see Stephen A. fall. He's making $30K a day while they're all going bald, and can't relate to what Jemele Hill say because her opinion's only generating minimum wage. All these ladies filled with jealousy and rage because they want to be Stephen A. The wannabe yentas, the ladies who are not relevant enough to qualify to be real yentas on The View. They have combined forces along with their collective brain cell, and they have decided to come for the throne. They are focusing their girl power on Stephen A. Smith and his toxic masculinity. Jemele Hill, better known as Smelly Jemele. Cari the champion of failure, Danielle Beadle. But my name's Michelle.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
These proud feminists, these bonded sisters in the woke faith, these women with a combined audience that's the equivalent to a flea on an elephant's ass. For months, they have been attacking the biggest name in sports media. The question is why? Now, to be fair to the ladies, they are not the only ones trying to diminish Stephen A. Smith. Last weekend, the National Association of Black Journalists, they presented Stephen A. with the prestigious Thumbs Down Award, which is almost as coveted as the golden toilet that is given to the winner of the WNBA Finals. Uncle KC, what is the Thumbs Down Award? The Thumbs Down Award is presented every year by the National Association of Black Journalists. Historically, it has been given to evil white men who were convicted of mythical racism. They violated the woke commandments. They were guilty of something the NABJ considers to be racist, like hiring people based on merit instead of diversity. But with Stephen A. Smith, he was given this prestigious award for his relentless attacks on black women, more specifically, his criticism of Jazz Crockett. But the animosity from the trio of feminine, huge, embarrassing failures, it predates the Thumbs Down Award by months, maybe even years. So why is the trio of Smelly Jemele, Cari the champion of failure, and Trishelle Beadle, why are the ladies hating on Stephen A. Smith? Why are the ladies allergic to his masculinity? Well, according to Jemele Hill, my brother has lost his way. He has stepped away from the woke faith. He has no problem attacking and criticizing black people, but he doesn't have that same energy with the white man, and he damn sure doesn't have that same energy with Orange Man Bad. Imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when I found out the basis of Jemele Hill's criticism of Stephen A. Smith is based 100% on race. Since she was fired by ESPN for her unhealthy obsession with mythical racism, Jemele Hill has doubled down and attempted to build a career on manufactured racism. Now, you would think she would do the complete opposite. With the business of mythical racism being bankrupt, you would think Jemele Hill would pursue a career that actually pays. But to her credit, Jemele Hill is an ambitious creator. She keeps creating stories of racism even though no one is watching. With Jemele Hill, her problem with Stephen A. Smith is supposedly based on race. Keyword, supposedly. With Michelle Beadle, her issue with Stephen A. Smith is supposedly personal. She is supposedly mad at Stevie over comments that he made about Ray Rice 15 years ago. I'm sure you guys remember Ray Rice and that elevator incident with his girlfriend or his wife. I don't remember what Stephen A. Smith said at the time. It was so long ago. Either way, Michelle Beadle has been holding on to that grudge for over a decade. With Cari Champion, there is speculation that she's upset with Stephen A. Smith because he refused to step in and save her job at ESPN, which is something that happened 6 or 7 years ago. Now, in her defense, I'm sure Cari Champion is upset, disappointed. She went from making 6 figures at ESPN to struggling to survive as an independent creator here on YouTube. Earlier this year, her bestie Jemele decided to help Cari. They combined failures to create a channel on YouTube called Flagrantly Failing. I'm not sure why they would waste their time with this instant disaster. Several years ago, Jemele Hill and Cari Champion, they had a show on Vice called We Won't Stick to Sports. The audience wouldn't stick with the show because every week, viewers told Cari and Jemele to get off my TV. The show was immediately canceled on a network with minimal expectations for ratings. So I'm struggling to understand why Jemele Hill and Cari Champion thought the same format would work on YouTube. Unsurprisingly, it ain't working. Last month, Flagrantly Failing, it generated 64,000 views on YouTube. Uncle KC generated 68,000 views yesterday. These two lovely ladies who spent years working at ESPN, they are struggling to draw flies to a fresh turd on this platform. And it's not surprising. They're not the first, and they damn sure won't be the last media personalities who struggle to make it on YouTube. This is not the mainstream media. There are no producers. There are no writers. There are no directors giving you guidance. At ESPN, Cari Champion was paid to read off of a teleprompter. The audience was already there. The audience was already established. On YouTube, you have to earn it, and you have to earn it every day. This is a nonstop grind. It ain't easy. Uncle KC just makes it look effortless. If you want to build and sustain an audience on this platform, this has to be an obsession. You have to be obsessed with this as much as Jemele Hill is obsessed with race. There are no excuses. Feeling sick? Don't matter. Burned your lip eating mom's cooking and you spend a week on camera looking like you have an STD? Don't matter. Your dog has cancer. You're traveling hours back and forth to Auburn for her treatment. You're emotionally exhausted watching her struggle to survive. Don't matter. Nothing can get in the way. You find a way to make it work. You sit with your laptop at the hospital in Auburn and work while your dog gets treatment. You have to be 100% committed. If you're not, you're just wasting your time. Which brings me back to Stephen A. Smith and the real reason he is constantly under attack. Jemele Hill can blame race. She can claim that Stephen A. treats white people differently while being harsh on black people. He's a sellout to the white man. He's a sellout to the money. And who in the hell can blame him? I don't know about you guys, but I don't care what color the source of the money is. I just want the money. I can't feed my family on hopes and dreams. Last I checked, college tuition for my daughter, it can't be paid with diversity or equity. Jemele Hill can blame race. Cari Champion can pretend that Stephen A. refused to save her job at ESPN. Michelle Beadle, she can claim personal reasons. She can continue to be emotional over Stephen A. Smith taking her job at SiriusXM. Of course, it wasn't his fault. If Michelle Beadle was drawing an audience, they wouldn't be looking to replace her with someone who can. And I believe that is the real source of the anger. I think jealousy is the root of these constant attacks on Stephen A. Smith. Think about it. Since leaving ESPN, all three careers of this trio of ladies have been in the pooper. Jemele Hill can't find a job in the media. For a while, Cari Champion was working part-time at CNN. I have no idea what the hell Michelle Beadle is doing today. I know what she's not doing. She's not making $5 million a year like she was at ESPN. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith is thriving. He literally took Michelle Beadle's job at SiriusXM while she was on the air. Say what you want about Stephen A. Smith. You can criticize his lack of knowledge with the NFL. You can criticize his political positions. Jemele Hill can criticize how he treats the black community, which, by the way, he treats them very well. If you don't believe me, go look at the rotating panel on First Take the last few years. For a while, Stephen A. was turning ESPN into BET. Now, some of the people he elevated, they deserve to be there. Others, like Monica McDougal, they have no business being on national television. Say what you want about Stephen A. Smith, but the one thing you cannot question, his work ethic, his success. This dude produces at least 20 hours of content a week. Do you know how hard that is to do? First Take, satellite radio, political show, YouTube, not to mention all the appearances that he makes throughout the week on cable news. Whether you love him or hate him, Stephen A. Smith is everywhere. Me personally, I respect the hustle, but his detractors, his critics, the trio of ladies who constantly attack him, I just wonder if jealousy is the root of their problem with Stephen A. Smith. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.